Alright, thermostat's on 95. You say morning?
Morning.
Morning! So today's plan, I'm going to start on a cornfield. It's one of the last cornfields we have. First, we've got to prepare this grain bin. So we're putting grain in it. So we've got a little bit of stuff to scrape off the floors, spray the bin, and then it'll be good to go. That bin is finally ready to fill, which is good because it's probably going to get filled today. I'll take this thing back to the other hoop barn, park it. Dad and Brad are moving semis right now, so we should be getting started here pretty soon. So we're going to have grain coming here and the other place today, so we're trying to fill up everything. We are down to a little over 200 acres and 186 of it is in the field we're going to be at. So we're running out of corn acres. So one thing that's probably going to be happening a lot today is climbing up these bins to check the levels. This big bin here has about a ring left, we think. And a ring's about 6 or 7 loads. But we're gonna climb up here to the top and double check. Turns out it's a lot more than we thought. So right now they're transferring corn out of our number 2 bin because that's the one that the dryer can reach. Dryer cannot reach this bin yet. That's going to be an improvement project this winter, but right now it can't, so they are still filling this bin at the moment. Now, good news is our wet bin is pretty empty. It'll probably hold 15 loads, and then this bin here will probably hold like 4 or 5. So we've got some space. Yeah, we're pretty high up here. After that last lake video, I gathered some of y'all are afraid of heights. Luckily, it's never been something that's bothered me a lot. I do remember when I started doing this job more often, like running the grain bins, I was a little sketched out getting on top of a bin roof. Back then, they didn't have platforms like that one. They were just open, like that one. Me and George had to go up there to fix the top of a bin. And I was really sketched out because you're just up there in the oblivion. George went up there with me. We were both on top of it together, which looking back is probably too much weight on top of a bin. But anyways, seeing him go up there and him being up there with me, got over it. Haven't really been afraid of heights since. Now, if you told me to walk on a wire from one bin to another or something, that'd sketch me out. But I think seeing someone that I cared a lot about up there, having to do the work, well, if he can do it, I can do it. Now, I realize some people never get over a fear of heights. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you don't have to go up in the air. So we're going to quit transferring now, because we might be away from here for a little bit. That bin will probably hold a load or 2, so we'll probably just top it off with some corn out of the field. I think we have some pretty dry corn dumping at some point today. Man, that wind is cold. It's still about 20 degrees. It got real cold overnight. So the Ideal is still here. Mentioned in the last video that is a loaner combine if this one goes down, but the dealer said if we want to run it, we can give it take her out for a spin. So if I can find a buddy to truck for me, I'm gonna hop in the combine, Dad's gonna hop in the combine, we're gonna do some comparing. But we definitely don't have the manpower to keep corn away from 2 combines today. We're gonna have to truck it a ways, so just wouldn't be able to keep up. But if we can get 2 guys driving, we should be all right. And if we can get 3, we're in there like swimwear. We could have 1 person driving here and 2 people driving to the other faster facility, and that'd work out real well. So Dad hooked the corn head to the Ideal. We can drive it to where we're going, but I'm gonna hook the drive shafts up, the feeder house, and we are gonna take it to the field. We're gonna run it a little bit. I don't know if we're both gonna run very long. Highly doubt it. I'm probably just gonna help Dad open up the field with this combine or the other one, or there's only gonna be 2 combines around for a short amount of time, because Brad will need help trucking for sure. This corn that we're gonna do, If it's as good as the corn that's planted right beside it, it should average between 230 and 250, somewhere in there. And there's 186 acres of it, so we're gonna need some trucking help. Now we're all heading to the field. Dad's behind me in the gleaner. Like I said, I'm only gonna run this for a little bit until we get behind on trucking, but should help open the field up at least. We have this field planted two different directions, so there's basically a 100-acre chunk and like an 80-acre chunk, or close to that kind of split, something like that. So we're going to work in the front of the field, which goes, the rows aren't near as long on the front of this field. The other side, they're pretty long passes, so it should be efficient passes.
Well, we're going to try to get started this big field. Colder hell out. We got the bins maybe ready. I would bet on. Let's go clear everything's ready. Get started on this big field here. I brought the fit over, we're going to try it, run it some too, run both of them a little while. Then we'll run trucks and let's start trucking properly. Winds blow about 10 miles an hour, and it's about 32 or 3, 4 maybe. It's cold out. Get this thing unfold, which takes about an hour. And it takes a good 5-6 minutes to get it unfolded. So set you down, ain't no place to put this daggone camera.
Dad's up there in the gleaner. We're making our first trip around the field. Those are the long passes. Like I said, there's probably 100 or 120 acres over there. And then right here, we have the remainder of the field. It's 180-acre field, so I'm not sure exactly how many. I can't remember how it's split out. But eventually we will farm this all long ways, but this year, this is the way we've always farmed it. This year we kept going this way because this end of the field's really rough. We're going to try to work it down a little bit, run over with the VT a couple times, and maybe something else, we'll see.
Ryan's going beside me the first round now. He's behind me, so I can dump the second round. There's a tree right there, tree limb. BJ come up beside me here and we'll dump. Just probably fill him up. Well, we got 3 empty trucks for a while. Brian, BJ's got enough to load one lap truck now. Brad will take it in.
Switching sides, need to unload. So I'll back up and he'll take these 12 rows. I'll go over there, that way I can unload on the go. So one thing I dislike about the Ideal combines, and I know they're changing that on the next model series is my understanding, but the auger, most augers when they go out, they kind of raise up. So like our Kloss, for example, it's pretty high. The gleaner's a completely different animal entirely, but most augers like this, the traditional pivot augers, they kind of raise. This one is really flat and it's really low. As you can see, there's a bent bow right there from this combine.
Hey, this is the third pass around. This is my second round. Brian's first, be his second one, but just going to point out where you can really see where he applied the side dress this with the Hummerfirth Nutribolts, I believe it is. Had tracks on, and our tractor, the Challenger, had duals on it, so it took the front duals off, the back was on. So you can really tell places here where he turned on the ends, and to me it seemed like maybe the tracks did more damage than what maybe tires would have. I don't know, but there's a lot of just knocked a lot more down, didn't come back, where I think the tires are a little more forgiving. They don't tear it out, or the tracks run over it and kind of mash it, maybe tear it a little bit and break it. I don't know. Some fields is a little worse than others. There's a place right in there, and then you turn around out in there, and come back around. Where when I do the sprayer, of course, sprayers don't have all them tracks, their wheels either, tires. That makes a big difference. You can see where you didn't get lined up, knock something down. So I don't know, just kind of a trade-off between tires and wheels. I don't know, tracks and wheels. But I know that applicator was a nice applicator. There's a place right here that really knocked him down. And when he didn't get lined up real good, some of the corn I haven't noticed that bad, but some of the fields I've noticed it worse. I don't know, different varieties maybe affects more, I don't know. But it definitely see the tracks a little more than where I just run the sprayer. Like I say, the sprayer just got more tires, where the tractor's got, you know, more tires, less, well, 6 tires really, back newels. Then the tracks on the applicator. It helped, I guess, if we'd taken the back newels off. Might have made a little difference. I don't know. But it is what it is. I don't know. As far as there's any difference between the two methods of side dressing, haven't really seen any. Really haven't seen any, so I don't know. There goes BJ. He's full, so I can't dump. I have to wait till he gets around and dump the trucks around. So I think I'll get out, look on the ground there, see what kind of job we're doing, see what telling difference these new grates in this thing, concaves. So we'll get out and check it out. Bad as I get out, cold as it is, but I'll get out. Waiting on him anyway.
See Dad up there. Looks like he's checking the losses. BJ's full. He's going to the dumps, and Dad's just kind of hanging out for a few minutes. He'll probably do some comparing. As you can see, this corn is starting to go down. We had a windstorm come through, and it followed that tree line right up to the edge of this cornfield. It took out some of the headlands. Didn't really affect the middle of the field much, luckily, but it definitely played a number on these headlands.
This is where Brian runs fit. You see, it's got the choppers on it. Looks pretty clean. Not much head shell don't even look like. Here's where I run, stop. So we'll see some head shell probably. Yeah, there's some right there. Some there. Walk back through here, see what it looks like. There's some ears down. Looks like they're rotted, some of them. Say, this corn went down, some of it. I think it was right after wheat harvest. We're gonna leave some of it, looks like. I look at my tracks where I can see if there's any kernels in there. Don't look too bad. Just the tracks, there's some right there, probably right over the row. Yeah, here's some of the tracks. A couple kernels. Some kernels in his. I might throw that over there, I don't know. I think he's gonna dust us. Yeah, it's cold out there. Yeah, it looks like he's about full too, or lake's coming on. A lot of that air comes. So that's about 70%, 75% when the lake comes on.
Now we're stuck waiting. Well, less than an hour later, all the trucks are loaded, and the cart's gonna be half loaded, so I'm gonna park this thing for now and start trucking. Like I said, that was the plan all along. We did not think we'd be able to run 2 combines today continuously. So head to the Kenworth and put on my super trucking hat. Oh, back into the cold.
Well, I mean, a lot of fodder. Going too fast, 4 miles an hour, and there's what she does. Take it in there. There's just not enough room underneath of that. Take that top off there, that throws it out. But underneath there, the floor of the corn head is too high. It dumps in toward the top of the feeder house, and there's hard to get your hand down through there. It's just forcing that in there. It has to. Doesn't work. So I guess we're going to have to next year on this fall or before next year, I'm gonna cut the floor of that feeder house and lower it, I guess what we'll have to do. Unless Capella wants to do something, don't seem like they do, so I got all fixed or get rid of one there. But the other hand works fine on the Lexion, so no reason why it won't work on this. It just didn't engineer just right. So we'll work on it next year. We'll get it fixed so it'll work. His cord about 220, there's 230, 240. I don't need that back here. There's 4 mile an hour, right at 4 mile an hour. And she's starting to bridge up down there if you go any faster. There's a lot of fodder breaking off. We've got the stripper plates going up a little bit. Trying to run them close to chemicals, shelling and all, up a little bit. That'll help the fodder. Going in there maybe. They gotta run ahead on the ground because there's some ups and downs. So. But like I say, on the Lexion, it handles it fine. It just hardly ever gets you in trouble. And I can run, sometimes a little faster maybe. I don't know. Just ain't quite right on this combine.
Good thing that stuff's cheap. Heck of an Uber service. Now that the field's opened up, we are parking the trucks in a different spot. Had to hitch a ride over here. I mean, I can walk, but we're already kind of behind, and I don't really want to walk a half mile if I don't have to. I say we're behind, but not really. Where I took that truck to the new grain bins, and Brad dumps the other one, we both got back here at the same time, so we're in good shape. And the grain car's not even full. This truck's full, then we're gonna dump it.
Well, I'm still plugging along. We're about 6,000 bushels so far, maybe a little more. This is Seed Salt 1158. Like we get on over to the Cal, but Pioneer number. And another Seed Salt number is a little better ones, I think, what this is. Make about 15% moisture, so that's good. I went dry it, put it right in the bin, so saving on gas. Brian's hauled up to our place, I think, and Brad's hauled over here to some of these bins. That's slower going. He's using 2 trucks, Brian's using 1 truck. I think time they get back, Brad's got a load, and I think Brian's usually he's got a carton load waiting on him. So working out pretty good. Except that combine sitting down there. Need another truck driver, but we got it. So do what we can.
So we're about 10,000 bushels into the day. Really wish we'd have got started a little bit earlier because it's 5:10. So we didn't actually start combining till 2. That was not the plan, but we had some things we had to address at the bin site, so it took a little longer than we thought. So I'm really hoping we can finish that field tomorrow or Monday. And after that, we have 30 acres of corn and a bunch of little patches right across from this bin site. So really wanting to finish corn Monday. That's my intentions. We still have double crops on both sides of this lane. Hopefully these will all start disappearing Monday. We don't really have anywhere to put them right now, and Cargill's closed for the weekend because they're Cargill. So hoping Monday and Tuesday we can just destroy them, just completely erase them. Still turning and burning. So we gotta go out here and change our distributor. We've been topping bins off. They could probably hold some more, but I'm not gonna go up there and do that by myself tonight. I'm gonna go to the bin that I know we can hold grain in, our wet bin. So our wet bin, as you can see, is not a cone bottom bin, it's just a flat bin. And we fill it up and use it for storage also. So this corn's pretty dry. It's 15.5, 16%. That'd be fine in there. We can keep that. We can probably dry that with our fans also.
Okay, it's starting to get a little dark. Not too bad yet. Turn the lights on. This corn's tall, or it's good. Lean some. Get right through here, it's about 240, 250. Very full. They just loaded another truck. I think just they're picking it up, so they're keeping it up just barely. Down this end of the field, it's a little bit gravelier. There where we just come through was a wet spot, heavier ground, but down here's the graveler. See, I don't know if you can see up in this corner's not as good up through here. Probably 20 bushel bed. That's probably. Yeah, it's starting to drop off a little bit. Have a red sunset, a little bit. That means a good day tomorrow, hopefully. It's cold. Yeah, it's cold like back there with 240, 250 down to like 220. On down.
And they're flying right now. I just got back, Brad just got back, and we got 2 loads waiting on us. Truck's loaded, the other truck's loaded. We are moving. Still going back and forth. They going time change. It really ain't even that late yet. It's only like 6:30, but it's pitch black out here. This field's long and narrow, and we're not in the long rows yet, so we're going back and forth. We're moving down the field real fast, and since they're not waiting on trucks yet, I figured I'd make up some ground, park the truck way down there, but now we gotta walk.
Brad's been dumping over here at the old grain site. I had caught him and I was waiting on a load, so figured we might as well bring an extra one over here. Just fill this place up a little bit quicker. Don't have a whole lot of space left over here, but we're getting towards the end. While we're not in a hurry, I want to dump here because it's slower. The other place is much faster, but we're not backed up, so might as well dump here. Put our information in pipe ag. Test weight 59.4. Moisture 16.2. Save. Getting one of them taxi rides. Dad and BJ are on the way in. They are waiting on truckloads now. It's kind of looking like tomorrow we're going to run out of corn space, and cargo's closed tomorrow Sunday, so Dad said he was tired, he's coming in. We didn't quite get 20,000 bushels, but we did get, I believe, 17 or 18. Got about 75, 80 acres done, so we're probably gonna run out of space, but we could get done if we don't run out of space, but the corn's getting better, so we're probably gonna run out of space. But that's all right, it's a good problem to have. Now, one of us may go run double crops. We still have 320 acres of double crop beans. Now, we should be able to fly through those, especially when we get 2 combines going. We should easily be able to do 100 acres a day a piece. But one of us might start on those tomorrow since we're probably going to run out of space anyways. We'll just have to see. Alright guys, that is it for today. We are closing up shop. We're done for the day. So tomorrow, space will become the issue. There's probably still 25,000 bushel or more down there, at least. The only problem is we have space for about half of it. So we might get creative. Dad said we might just dump some on the floor of the hoop barn. Very possible. I don't really want to do it just because we're going to have to immediately clean it back up. But we'll see. If that's what it takes, that's what we'll do. Thanks for watching, folks. If you would, give us a thumbs up in this video. Help YouTube push our content out to the YouTube algorithms. And leave us a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.